We don't even talk about like filmmaking entertainment as much as we
Because nothing's
used
really
to.
been going on like that.
Really.
I mean, like what?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, here's the thing: is when we went to the Oscar list, it clearly shows how much I don't pay attention.
yeah, that's true.
I watched 2 of the movies that were nominated for anything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You at least watched most of them.
Yeah, but you would hear some of the news that comes up about the industry or anything. I feel like you would.
See, I think most of like the news you hear now is like future stuff in a way. Like mostly with like DC EU or whatever it's going to happen with that. Cuz they just keep like teasing announcements. Like they're teasing their teases for announcements.
Yeah,
Or James Gunn is. It's
yeah,
kind of weird.
It is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they're announcing the announcement of the announcement of the announcement.
Yeah, that's true. That is kind of weird. But nothing crazy has happened.
Of the redo of it. Even though apparently they're saying that Flash movie is amazing. That's why they keep dealing with, that situation.
Yeah. But also, I would deal with that situation too.
Really?
Because, okay, so I feel like no one really knows what's going on with that situation unless you like are into the Flash or you're into DC or you're into Ezra Miller. Outside of that, no one really knows.
I guess.
Like people probably would know something bad happened, but they're like they don't know the details. 'Cause I don't even know the details. Apparently, he kidnapped someone, or like I don't know. Like
there was like some grooming allegations.
Yeah, it's like something bad happened. We're gonna put him in rehab. He's gonna get his rehab, whatever.
Yeah, the classic.
It just keep going on, and the movie's good. So it's like, I mean, I feel like that's a good move. Just unfortunately, prayers up to whoever. I don't know the story, so I don't know what's going on. But
yeah, save yourself.
But yeah, I feel like
try to save yourself, Jordan.
I feel like it was smart for the business just to like announce that he's put in rehab and he's doing good, but we're going to continue on and pray for his health.
I love how that's always the thing in Hollywood. It's like, oh, someone did something horrible. He's in rehab now. We're good. They're in rehab now. She's in rehab now.
Yeah. They're working on themselves.
Whatever happened with Mel Gibson? I think people just blew that whole situation. Like it never happened. And then he still kept doing movies and stuff.
I don't really know what happened with Mel Gibson.
There was like a voicemail that he left for somebody, and it was like full of like racist stuff and anti-Semitic stuff.
Yeah, he's definitely a white star, and white people, they can easily just ignore racist stuff with people.
True.
Yeah, I feel like black people don't really, they know Mel Gibson obviously, but they don't really like care enough to.
What movie has Mel Gibson done?
I don't know. And he's more of an older actor too. So
my problem is I don't know like what movies anyone does.
I feel like
I don't really pay attention to. I don't really pay attention to who the actors are. I'll just be like, oh, I like the actor in that movie, even though they're clearly an A-list star that people know, except for me.
Oh, Passion of the Christ.
I didn't watch that. I don't want to watch that.
I've seen that.
Why have you watched it?
I don't know why I watched it.
Why?
I don't know. But classic.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes.
Is it really?
Yes.
Didn't Scorsese do that?
No idea. Came out in 2004, so he was in like a Gladiator movie or something, right?
That was him in Gladiator?
Not Gladiator.
Was that Kurt Russell?
Yeah, not Gladiator, but he was in a movie like that or something.
I like how I said Kurt Russell's name like I even know who he is.
I don't think it was Kurt Russell. Braveheart.
I don't know.
That's classic.
I haven't watched it. I've only seen the clip of freedom.
But yeah, he was in some, older classic movies, I guess. He's one of those actors that just back in the day people loved, and our generation don't really care.
I wish I actually paid attention to actors, because people will be talking about actors and movies and actors, and I'm just like, I don't know who any of these people are.
Yeah.
I'll know the movie, but I don't know who the actor is.
I know the actors that I grew up watching, but like older actors, like from
top 5.
Top 5 actors to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Jonathan Majors.
You're gonna say one is Leo, I know that.
Jonathan Majors, Leo. It's not any order. I'm just naming top 5. Zendaya.
Okay.
Denzel Washington.
Okay.
And Viola Davis.
Okay.
Is that 5?
I lost
Two or
count.
three for you, I guess.
But
But there's
Jonathan Majors, Leo, Denzel, Viola Davis.
Zendaya.
Wait,
That's 4.
that's 4.
Enter in another actor. I don't know. I feel like I gotta pick a white one. Let me see.
You got 1. You got a token.
I gotta be diverse. Yeah, I don't know, man. Somebody else.
Somebody else?
Yeah, somebody in the
Oh my
comments
God.
can enter in that 5th one.
Wait, hold on. Let's do the count again. Sorry, I can't count. Leo, Denzel, Jonathan Majors, Zendaya, Viola Davis. No, it's 5.
Okay, yeah,
that's 5.
Yeah.
Wow, they're just gonna comment how fucking stupid we are.
Yeah.
Can't even count to 5. It's hard to talk and count at the same time on a podcast. Fuck y'all. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot of other actors and actresses that I like too. I just named 5 just because.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I couldn't give you a top 5.
I feel like you could give me top 5.
Uh-uh.
You can give me top 3. You can give me a top 3. You can give me a top 5. I know you can.
I'll go with you on Leo and Denzel. Past that, I don't know.
You definitely have other actors and actresses that you enjoy watching.
I can't. I'm trying to think.
I mean, can you see the faces though?
Yeah.
Okay, like name a movie. Like what movies have they played?
Like, maybe Tom Cruise, but I don't know.
Hell no.
Well, it's just because he's in really like the movies he's been in.
Yeah, you like it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, Daniel Craig. I like Daniel Craig
Okay.
because you know.
Brad Pitt.
Oh yeah, Brad Pitt. Mm-hmm. Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're naming like the super famous.
I know that's the whole. That's like, hey, what's the purpose of this?
Yeah.
How do you feel about Tom Holland?
He's alright. He's good. Yeah, I like him.
I just hate how they put him in everything now.
He's in everything. Really?
I feel like it. Like any franchise now, they're just like, oh, let's grab Tom Holland.
The only other franchise out of the Marvel I've seen him in is Uncharted.
Yeah.
He was good at Uncharted.
You watched it?
It was good. See, I'm not mad at movies like that. That's the type of movies I grew up on, and I enjoy watching.
What, shit ones? Just kidding.
No, like just like the kind of generic, a little bit action movies with like, cool action and funny, and it's not nothing to be taken like, oh, the best movie alive.
Oh, yeah,
but
for
it's like
sure.
enjoyable and and entertaining.
Yeah, they're just made to make a little bit of a profit at least.
Yeah, I enjoy those movies. I don't have a problem with them.
Yeah, like the little safe action movies.
Yeah.
For studios.
Yeah, but I wouldn't like, spend a hell of money on it or go to the movies first day for it. I'll watch it on streaming, or if I have nothing to do, I'll go to the theaters and watch it.
I still haven't seen Cocaine Bear. I need to.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
I'm sure it's a classic.
I don't know about classic.
It's just the best movie of all time. Isn't Ice Cube's son in it?
Yeah, O'Shea.
Yeah, O'Shea Jackson. Is that what his name is?
I think so. Yeah, like
Okay.
Junior or something, because isn't Ice Cube's name O'Shea too?
I think so.
Yeah, I heard it was good. I heard it was good. People liked it.
It understood the assignment apparently.
Yeah, that's what you got to do nowadays. Make a movie. Don't put any expectations on it. Have it unique, creative, funny, and don't be.
Well, here's the thing
terrible
about
story.
it is it's preposterous and fantastic marketing and name. I think that's why it worked. Because when you hear Cocaine Bear, you're like, what?
Yeah.
Because I told my mom about it the other day, and she's like, what the hell?
Yeah, it is great marketing, and it's important to not put like expectations on it. Like it's going to be just the best movie alive. Just put expectations on it. Oh, it's going to be a goofy, funny, unique, crazy movie.
Yeah, that's what the trailer kind of makes you feel.
Yeah.
Is like, oh, it's going to be funny and it's fucking out there.
Yeah, so people go into it, and if it's a good story, it's just a plus. People are going to enjoy it more and be like, oh, it's a classic. And it hit the nail. So that's what you got to do nowadays.
See, I just wish more people went into movies with like reasonable expectations.
Yeah.
Because everyone I think we talked about this last episode, but people just go into every movie and just go into it wanting to critique the hell out of it.
Yeah, that is true.
They have to have the opinion that's different than everyone.
Yeah, or they just, I don't know, just dig too deep into the movies. I think Marvel might have fucked it up. that run when Infinity War to Endgame, I feel like that fucked up the theaters because everyone's expecting this crazy big blockbuster movie from that ever since then, especially with Marvel. So like every Marvel movie that comes out, people
It's
are
a disappointment now.
yes, because people are expecting it to be like just crazy.
Yeah, they're
movie that's
expecting it
supposed
to at
set
least
up.
be like 1.5 billion.
Yeah, and expected to set up the next 10 years and it's supposed to have all these Easter eggs and be crazy and amazing. And it's like that only happened. It didn't happen that often with the first 4 phases.
Well, here's also the thing is like I think one of the problems they're having now is they're just putting out too much stuff. Because it literally just was like 2 or 3 movies a year for a long time. And then now they're like, okay, we need to do 4 or 5 with multiple mini-series ongoing.
Yep.
It's like they're probably stretching everyone too thin.
That and it coupled with they didn't take a break after Endgame. They should have took a break and then they should have just released how they did before, not too much, because they made this expectation that they didn't take a break and now they're releasing all this content. It's about to be crazy and it's about to be amazing. And people
they're
just
like, oh, now we're going multiverse.
Now we're doing bigger and better. And it's like, it's just kind of the same thing, which is
it would have been kind of smart to at least have like a year there's nothing and then slowly start again, like the same process of like putting out a couple movies. Well, here's the thing though, is at the very beginning, there weren't really any expectations. Whereas if you did that model, those first few movies had to have been great though.
But that's the thing. They kind of were. Like the movies and shows that came out right after Endgame, like WandaVision, that was good.
I'm talking about the movies.
Even the movies. What was the movie that came out?
The first movie after that, I think, was Black Widow.
Black Widow wasn't bad though.
I know, but if you say you had Endgame and then took a year break,
that's true.
And then your next movie is Black Widow.
That's true. I think honestly, it's hard to me to be mad and like critique heavy because the pandemic did happen and it did fuck up a lot of things. Even like the movie
and your CEOs keep changing.
Yeah, and even like the quality of the movies it messed it up. So it's like it's hard to, in hindsight, of course, they should have did things a lot differently. But during that time, it's like it's hard to, be mad at what they did.
I'm angry.
I didn't really like Black Widow was alright. I guess it could have been. See, that's the thing. Like we're expecting this to be like amazing. Like they should have released amazing movies after this, and it's like, yes, but at the same time, I feel like it's just what Marvel does is just release like quality content, but it's not going to be crazy, amazing movie every time. And people just have the expectation ever since after Endgame. It's just crazy, amazing movie after next, and that coupled with it's just way too much content. It's like people just got tired of it quicker.
Yeah, because I don't really have any interest in Marvel anymore.
Yeah,
it's too much.
Yeah, it's too much. It doesn't feel connected anymore. It just feels like you can skip it. Like you don't have to watch it anymore. That's what it feels like.
Do you agree with that?
I can see how, especially if you're not a big fan, because one thing that the first like 4 phases brought were casuals, people that don't really care that deeply, but still enjoyed it. Nowadays, the casuals are like, okay, I can skip this. I don't need to watch it. I can see how that.
Okay, tell Kevin Feige how to do his job.
Yeah, I feel like what they're doing now.
You're gonna try.
No. What they're doing now, though, because they did announce that they're going to slowly stop. They're going to not release any as much content anymore. They announced that, and they also announced like things are getting pushed back, and it looks like they're taking more time to develop quality stuff now.
Firing directors.
Yeah. No, they're and then also having people co-produce, so it's not just Kevin Feige every time producing.
I think one thing that screwed them up was losing James Gunn because he was kind of being groomed to be like the second in command.
I think one thing that fucked him up was not having David Filoni. Who's the guy that did not David Filoni?
That's Star Wars.
Yeah, the guy that do Star Wars. The guy that did like the first
Favreau?
Yeah, what's his name?
Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau was not having him as involved anymore. Because I think he's a great producer, director.
Well, I think his time went to Star Wars.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So he didn't have the time to deal with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because either he's going to do Star Wars or he's going to do some type of project where he can push the technology of things.
Yeah, and also the directors, the brothers, what are they called?
Oh crap! Yeah. Oh crap! I'm talking about the ones that did the last few Avengers.
Yeah.
Russo.
Yeah, Russo brothers. Also not having them involved because I feel like they helped ground the MCU in a sense.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it feels too comic booky. It feels too fake. Like too.
Well, here's one thing I've seen like a really good breakdown critique of is how horrible the magic system in MCU is, because it's kind of just like there's no like rules, if that makes sense. It's very soft magic, but they overuse it to get them out of situations, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And also like in a magic fight, it's like, okay, whoever wins is just whatever the plot decides. It's not like any reason behind it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think a part of the reason why it's like that is just they're trying to do too much, like two different. They have the magic, then they have the multiverse, and they have the grounds of like the Spider-Mans and the Captain Americas. It's just like y'all just doing way too much. I could have just focused on one thing. If y'all want to focus on magic, just focus on the magic.
Well, I think they could have made it work, but I think they didn't think hard enough about the way they were setting up the magic system for going forward, how it was going to cause issues.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the reason why is because they had too much going on. It couldn't just focus on the magic. Yeah. So, yeah.
Because like going, here's another example of me talking about something I didn't see with the Multiverse of Madness. A lot of the way people kind of talk about the movie, some of the issues could have been solved by having harder rules with the magic system. Because you can have a soft magic system, like the Harry Potter series, it's soft magic, but the magic itself doesn't decide what happens in the plot, if that makes sense. It's more of a device for building out the world, and there's more things involved that actually decide who wins in a situation. But whereas like in the MCU, it's just like, okay, right now this character is actually more powerful. And you're just basically told that.
Yeah.
But there's nothing else really to, I guess, like make it to where you're like, oh, obviously, if that makes sense. I don't even know how to describe what I'm trying to describe.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense.
Translate for me. I feel like this podcast is half of you translating for me.
Yeah, I feel like that they did kind of do that with Wanda. They just said that she's just crazy powerful witch now.
Yeah.
WandaVision did kind of give a backstory a little bit about how she's like the Scarlet Witch, and she just is born with this crazy power. But if you didn't watch the WandaVision show and you just come into Multiverse Madness, you'll be just kind of like shook of what's going on.
Yeah, so that's another example of the issue of having too much stuff. Yeah. It's like you're going to miss small character things like that. But even on top of that, there are moments where a character is super powerful, but then the next moment they're not. Like, if that makes sense. And there's certain things like you'll see like Doctor Strange do, but then in a situation where if he did that same thing, it would solve the situation, like what the conflict he's in, doesn't use whatever thing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really serve the plot.
Yeah. I guess I don't know.
Because they want him to lose at whatever point.
Yeah. I guess. I don't really know like specifically if that is true. Because I just can't think of one. But I'm sure that happens. I'm sure that happened. But yeah. But hopefully they get it together, Marvel. Because it looks like in the future, if this keeps going like this, they're definitely going to fall off.
What does falling off from Marvel even look like?
Not as many billions.
Not as many billions?
Yeah.
Okay, obviously, but...
And they're just going to plateau. I feel like it's not going to be as many billions. The casuals are going to not be there anymore. So it's going to be just they have a huge core fan base, but it's just going to be like the core fan base, probably making around 500 to like 800 million. Unless it's like the big Avengers movies.
So it's going to be like the DCU.
Yeah. And it's funny because it feels like now the DCU has the
momentum.
Yes, the momentum and the opportunity to
with their announcement of announcements of teasers of actual stuff.
Yeah. And the Flash trailer was well received.
Hey, you pulled a me.
Yeah, it was well received. Like people loved that shit.
Oh, I didn't watch it. I don't really care.
Oh, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I'm not watching.
It was parts of the CGI looked bad to me.
It's like you've only had 6 years to work on CGI for this film.
Yeah, but that Flash, I'm definitely gonna watch it. It felt like
in theaters. You're gonna wait till it comes out.
Theaters for sure.
Nerd.
Theaters for sure. It felt like it was in the Batman universe. Kind of.
What? Just because it was dark?
Yeah, and the tone was like dark and I don't know, but we'll see.
Dark and gritty Flash.
We'll see. But yeah, also the Joker, it was a Joker teaser that Lady Gaga posted, which it was just a picture of her.
For Joker 2?
Yes.
Oh.
Because she's gonna be the
Harley Quinn?
Yeah, Harley Quinn. And that was well received too. It was just a picture and people were like going crazy for it. So it's funny because that DC now has like the momentum and like people are, expecting these movies to be good and are excited. So hopefully they pull it off.
See, I don't know Marvel enough to be able to say this, but I wonder if part of the reason why the first 4 phases were so easily accepted, or easily accepted with quotations, is because isn't the Infinity Saga kind of like their main storyline that they're known for, or is there a different one?
I don't think they're known for any storyline. They have like different
Or continuity, I mean.
They have different storylines and different things that people enjoy more than others. It's not just like a main storyline or saga that people are just like when they think of Marvel, they think of Infinity War. It's not really like that. Because the Kang saga is a really big saga too, like the Infinity War saga, or it wasn't. I don't think it was Infinity War. It might have been. But yeah, the Kang saga is huge too. There's like,
I'm not saying necessarily like huge. I'm talking about like the one that casuals think of, I guess is the way to put it. When they think of Marvel, the main one, I guess.
I don't know, because I'm not a comic book reader, so I'm not in that world.
Well, you watch videos from comic book readers,
Yeah,
who summarize the comics for you.
Yeah, so it's hard to say there's casual comic book readers because
they exist.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's kind of weird saying that because people that read comic books, they're fans of the comics, so it's not like they're like casuals.
What are you calling them, nerds?
No, I'm just saying they know what they like, or there might be casual like Marvel fans, I guess. But my assumption is that it's not really split up into sagas like how it is in the movies.
Well, it is in that I know one of the differences between Marvel and DC is Marvel basically will have like one overarching story every year, and they just reset it every year. Whereas DC will have a much longer, like multiple years thing, and then they'll reset the continuity, and then they'll have like names for whatever continuity it is. So like for DC, it'll be like New 52 or whatever.
Yeah, for Marvel, I feel like it's just a lot of different sagas, a lot of different stories. It's not like a main. It's not a main thing. I wouldn't say the Infinity War saga is the main.
Because I know technically with the Infinity War saga for the movies, it's kind of like a conglomeration of multiple ones. Because I know like the Civil War thing was actually a different continuity, and they kind of brought it in and made it work for what they were doing.
Yeah. Civil War was a big one too. Yeah, you're right. And they just, that's what Kevin Feige kind of does. He just brings in like, and they redo the story. So there's a Infinity War saga, I believe, that's like from the like 80s or 60s or whatever. And then there's a newer one that's like they kind of remade in like the 2012. I know they did that. They definitely did that with Kang. And with the Kang saga, they are combining the two stories. So there's going to be different elements from each like story that they redid. But yeah, I wouldn't say the Infinity War is like the main thing. I would just say there's a lot of big main kind of sagas and storylines.
Interesting, I guess.
Yeah,
you would know way more than I do.
Yeah, like the Scrolls, like the Scroll War,
the Secret Wars, or whatever.
Secret Wars, that's a big one too. But they just kind of like are mixing it in with the King.
Didn't I heard some rumor about Kevin Feige planning to walk away at some point? I don't know when that's supposed to be though. I didn't know if that was supposed to be after Secret Wars or if that was coming sooner than that.
I don't know. I feel like I did hear about that, but I have no idea. Can't recall.
I mean, he's been doing it for like 15 years at this point.
Yeah.
I'm sure he probably gets kind of burnt out.
Definitely, especially with all the stuff that he has to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because also during what's his face's term as CEO, they just kept trying to have more things pumped out for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Just constantly.
Yep.
So I'm sure that stress was a lot.
Yep.
Just a crazy workload.
Wasn't expecting a Marvel segment.
I mean, it usually happens because that's what you talk about a lot.
I feel like you brought this up though.
I know, but sometimes I try to be a good team player instead of trying to cut you off every 5 seconds.
Man, I did want to ask you something. I totally forgot.
Well, ask me because I'm about to take us in the anime.
No, take us an anime.
Well, first think of your thing.
I don't remember. It probably will come up.
You sure?
Yeah.
You
definitely.
sure?
Yeah, I don't have it now. Definitely don't have it.
So was it last episode or the episode before we talked about the Oscars? So this is the problem with the way we record. It's hard to keep track of what we've talked about at what point.
Yeah. I would say the episode before last.
Okay. Because also with the first episode, we're finally dropping that. We're gonna do it this weekend. I mean, this week. That is a lot of topics we talked about are so old now.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we've been just holding on to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing a great job.
That's why I like it when we don't have like topics that are like
more evergreen,
time relevant.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
just talk about random stuff.
But it helps to have time relevant things too.
Yeah, when something big happens, yeah,
because it's hard not to talk about it. Just like how we were talking about, you're like, no way Kyrie gets traded to the Mavs. And literally after that episode, we're about to record the next one.
Yeah. No, I think it happened. Yeah, it happened that day.
Yeah. It happened between episodes of us recording. And it's just like, oh, Kyrie has been traded to the Mavericks.
Yeah, definitely did happen.
He does look happy as hell, though.
Yeah, I haven't watched any games, so I don't know.
I've just seen like more of like the fan stuff, I guess, from the different like pages from fans or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like comparisons between like him with the Nets doing interviews and walking around doing all the different shit.
Yeah.
Compared to like how he is doing the same things for the Mavs. For the Mavs, he's just got a fucking big ass smile on most of the time. Mm-hmm. But I think that's just because the energy is a little bit different.
Yeah, I see that.
Because the ownership, Cuban is very much like chill, I guess, and very player focused.
Yeah.
Whereas I think the Nets were very more corporate.
Yeah.
And Kyrie is not the type of person for corporate. He's kind of more of a free spirit.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope he stays.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just scared of him leaving for the Lakers.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just because of LeBron. But I could also see him staying if they offer him the full max.
And I'm sure they will.
I hope they do.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Because you think you just get nervous about him doing what he did with the Nets, I guess.
That's true.
At least according to sports media. But sports media is so fucking annoying.
Why?
Just the way they'll talk about certain players.
Yeah.
Like the way they'll just like pick narratives and just go after it.
Yeah, that is true. But it's funny because I watched a interview with Stephen A. Smith. And he was just saying how there's a lot of behind the scenes that happens that he can't say over the air. So to us, it looks like he's just picking on people, but he really knows like stuff behind the scenes. I don't know. It's just interesting.
I just get annoyed by a lot of like the talking heads on the sports shows, especially like the debate ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's so obvious they're just...
And they'll pick like a narrative and just run with it because it'll become a talking point. Yeah. Like right now, the talking point is like Jokic versus Embiid for MVP. And then it goes into like, the reason Jokic won the last two and he's the favorite this year is because he's white.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, he does have the team with the best record. And he also has like number one in like every analytic.
Yeah. Yeah, it is annoying.
So it's just like, good Lord, can y'all chill the fuck out? Yeah. It's like, ugh.
This next big one about to be the John Morant.
Yeah.
Which he brought it on himself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I don't know when this is coming out, but this is, I think yesterday or the day before was the Instagram video, like a story with him in the club with the gun. And like maybe a week before was the whole news report of him threatening some kid, like punching him in the face 17 times or something. Yeah. And then whipping a gun out and threatening him.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah.
You have a max contract. You have a signature shoe with Nike.
And yeah, like,
why are you doing all this?
Why? I mean, yeah, why? Honestly, I'm really trying to like cape for him a little bit, but it's
cape for him real quick.
It's just
somebody.
Hard. It's just hard.
I don't get it.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a gun. You know.
What do you have a gun in the club?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being
Well,
safe. I guess it's
I mean, I assume you're allowed to carry in Memphis,
yeah.
but I don't know if like to get in the club if you have to have a concealed permit or whatever. I don't know the
Yeah.
state laws there or the city laws or state laws there.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's okay.
But as an
to
athlete, like if you're
do
making
that.
hundreds of millions of dollars, like you've over $100 million contract, and you also have a signature shoe with Nike, you probably shouldn't be the one carrying the gun. You should probably have hired security who has the guns.
And you know that there's stories out that you're allegedly are having like doing violence.
And why are you getting in any confrontation?
I don't know if that's true because there's like no evidence. It's just rumors. So I'm like, I'm not putting any like stock into that. But it doesn't make it look good when you do this.
Well, the thing is, like, you keep doing things that make it fit the narrative.
Well, he doesn't. There's nothing that he's done like that is actual facts to fit that narrative. This is the first time that actually happened. That's why people are like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Well, also apparently on Twitter, he just fucking
he said
says wild shit about like threatening people.
Yeah, he said it's
Something
free
about-
to know how hollows feel.
Yeah, it's like, bro.
Which is hilarious for John Morant to say. Like, why are you?
But like, that's also immediately after there was a whole thing about the Pacers staff leaving, and then there's like a red dot.
Yeah, I don't put any stock into that. That's just,
Well, here's the
that's just
thing
rumors.
is, if that is out about you and your crew, don't within the same week tweet about talk about how
Yeah.
hollows feel.
I don't know if was that in the same week.
I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or have that tweet there at all. Like,
Yeah. Honestly.
be smart. Go back and delete your old tweets.
Yeah. If I ever get an inch of famous, I'm deleting my Twitter. I'm removing any evidence of my social presence, my online social presence, immediately.
Oh, I've deleted every single tweet I've ever done. I only have retweets.
It's hilarious.
Well,
Well,
also, I don't really ever tweet, so it didn't really matter.
So, yeah,
I only
you're
had to
good.
delete like 6 tweets.
Yeah, you're good. But yeah, I'm definitely deleting any social presence, my social presence, and creating a fake, not a fake, but a new,
Creating a business page.
yeah. But yeah, man, it's just I really trying to cape because got support, but it's like you're just making it hard, man.
I mean, do you have to support?
I want to support.
Okay,
I
that's a better answer.
Yeah, I like John Morant. I think
I do too.
he's a great basketball player and he seems cool.
Yeah, just stop threatening people.
Yeah, and I have no problem with what he's done. It's just the fact that you are literally.
I don't know if the kid deserved to be punched 17 times.
Well, I don't know
Have a gun
that.
whipped out
I
on
don't know
him.
if that's true, so I'm not gonna say he's.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that he did that because I don't know if that's true. But the things that he's done that we have seen it as factual, I'm not mad at it. It's just the fact that you are a whole NBA star, max contract, and you have a signature Nike deal. You're gonna lose all that, and we've seen that before.
I wonder how Nike feels right now.
They tweeted, they're like,
Oh, no. I'm also just talking about the fact that, they kind of had let Kyrie go.
I don't think they care.
Well, here's the thing also with the Kyrie situation. Apparently their deal had already basically ran out.
Mm.
And Kyrie was wanting out anyways.
Yeah.
So it was kind of more of just like saving face. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, we don't support anyone who has anti-Semitic views. Even though apparently part of Kyrie's family is Jewish.
Mm.
It was just like a whole narrative essentially. Because he
Wait.
talked about it like in his press conference with the Mavs because he had deleted his like apology tweet.
Are they Jewish, or are they like the Jewish that he refers to?
I mean, he says part of his family is Jewish, but he says like a lot of his family has different backgrounds and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, because I know part of his family has like, I can't remember which Native American tribe it is, but there's like a tribe that he's connected to through his family.
It's funny because it's funny when black people say that.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna say he doesn't because I don't know his family, of course. But I do know black people that say, yeah, I have some Indian.
Oh, I
or
know
Native
what you're talking about.
Native
with
American
that.
in me. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, we get it. But yeah. I don't think Nike cares at all what John Morant is doing. I don't think
I think they're probably just, they're like, oh, we just had this situation. Now we have this.
Yeah, I don't think the Grizzlies care. And I think this is gonna be, under the rug soon, and it's not gonna be a big deal. He's gonna get suspended. He's
Unless
suspended.
he does some more dumb shit.
Yeah, unless he's done.
That's the
unless,
thing.
unless it like elevates, of course. But yeah, it's gonna be suspended for a couple games. It's gonna come back. It's gonna probably be a big thing for maybe a week. People are gonna remember it and bring it up maybe, but it's not gonna be crazy because he didn't do anything crazy. So
I'm just picturing this tweet I saw earlier today. Whereas like you remember those like portraits of athletes that you would like stick on your wall that they would market like crazy?
Yeah.
There was one they did for John Morant where it's like, this is what John Morant probably had on his wall in his Gilbert Arenas with guns.
Yeah, I seen a couple. I seen one where
I saw like the scene from John Wick where it's John Wick and Kaufman's character shooting back and forth, and it's like John Wick versus Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, and I see the John Wick posters with John Morant's face, and it says John Wick 4 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen some hilarious tweets.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's one thing Twitter will do right, man. Make some great jokes.
I hate social media, but I'll stick with Twitter.
Yeah.
But I'm not paying for it.
Yeah.
Did you see that they're trying to like, they got rid of like, you can't have two-factor authentication without having the premium or whatever?
Yeah, I mean,
it's so stupid.
Hey, we gotta make some money. These features are not gonna be free no more. I get it.
Hey, your shit's gonna get hacked. Sorry.
Unless you pay.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
But I think you can get like an authenticator app and still use it.
Yeah.
But you can't use the two-factor one. I mean, with the text. Even though apparently that's like the least secure one.
Why?
Because people can steal your phone number.
They can reroute messages.
They can reroute it, or they can get in contact with your provider and pretend to be you if they have enough information, and then have a new SIM done.
One thing that I know about hacking, everything is literally hackable.
Oh yeah, I mean, you just have to make it harder.
Yeah,
make it less convenient.
Yeah. But yeah, Instagram released like a
their premium or whatever.
Yeah, which I'm not mad at any of these.
No, fuck them.
I'm not mad at any.
Well, here's the thing: is like as a consumer, like it kind of makes sense if you're like a creator on the platform, but as a consumer, there's no benefit for it.
Yeah, but that's why I'm not mad at it, because it's going to be for the consumers. The Instagram, like the features that they have for the paid are all for consumers. Like you get
you still get a billion ads.
You get ads for it when you pay?
No, you still have ads when you pay. For
an Instagram?
Yes.
Oh, well, either way, you're
so they're stealing your data and you're paying for more shit and you're getting ads served for you.
I'm not mad at the ads because they don't bother me at all.
Well, it just makes the experience shit.
But it doesn't make my
like you're going through. I hate going through stories as is, but every time you go through 2 stories, then it's 2 ads, and then 2 stories, and 2 ads.
See, I don't have that experience. I'm just skip. Like
I know I do that too, but it's fucking annoying.
I don't know. I don't have a problem with ads because I rarely see them, and sometimes the ads
Here's
be
the thing,
kind
it's
of
like
fire.
if you're just gonna be selling my data, don't also ask me to pay you. This goes into like the whole corporate thing of like they're having to find more ways to make more profit to make the graphs continually go up.
Yeah, but you're not paying me. I'm not You're not paying me to stop the advertising. You're paying me for these other features.
Well, fuck those features.
But if you're a creator, the features are kind of nice. I gotta look these up, but I know for a fact one feature is like you get your content is on the For You page more often. If you're a creator, that's great. What do you mean?
You're gonna continue being Dr. Shill.
What's that?
Oh my god, we had this conversation last episode.
My memory is terrible.
Oh my god. Do you know what a shill is?
You gotta remind me.
Let me just find a definition for you. God. Oh, come on. What? There we go. All right, what is the definition of a shill? Okay, fucking load. My internet's being slow as hell. Sorry. Shill. Definition. All right, here is the definition provided by the Oxford Dictionary. I don't know if I like this definition, but whatever, I'm going to read it anyways. An accomplice of a hawker, gambler, or swindler who acts as an enthusiastic customer to entice or encourage others. It's not the best definition. To act as a spokesperson or promoter.
That's me.
But it has a little bit of a negative term. But yes, you are. Almost anything these companies say, you're like, oh, I'm not mad at it.
Because I don't care. None of this shit affects me. Unless it's one thing that I hate is the Hulu ads. I hate that.
Well, it's because they don't give you enough variety. It's the same 2 ads repeated 50 times.
Yes, that the problem is that it's repeated so much. Like it's a 35-minute episode and it's ads like 5 times. I'm just like, it's too much. And
I can't wait to build my own home entertainment NAS.
Yeah.
like a home server.
Yeah.
So I can just cancel all these fucking services.
Yeah. But that's the only thing that I'm mad at is the Hulu ads. Other than that, I don't give a fuck. None of this shit matters to me. The ads I see on Twitter, I just scroll past them. It's no big deal.
I will tell you, YouTube Premium, worth the money.
Yeah, even the YouTube ads, because you can skip them. It's 5 seconds and you can skip it. Great.
YouTube Premium is great.
Yeah, I don't need to pay for
That
that.
is one of the few services I'm willing to pay for
Yeah.
because I also use it more than I do anything else.
Yeah.
Also, I love being able to play things in the background. It's
Yeah.
great. I can't go back.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need to.
I will
pay
chill
For
for YouTube
it.
Premium.
Yeah, that's what you're chilling.
I always chill for that.
You're chilling right now.
Well, here's the thing I've noticed is I think I'm just anti-establishment on anything.
Yeah, I mean,
Whatever is net power, I'm just like, nope, fuck off. Leave me alone.
yeah, definitely.
And you're just like, well, let's hear them out first.
I just understand both sides.
Like Chanel. You see both sides like Chanel?
Yeah, I guess. Don't ever say that again. But yeah,
You don't like that song?
I like the song. Yeah, but
Okay. It's a great
don't
song.
tell me I see both sides like Chanel. Don't,
Okay.
don't say that with a straight face to me.
Do you see both sides like Chanel?
Also, I'm a CEO at heart, so that's probably why.
Say what?
I'm a CEO at heart.
Oh, Lord. Go ahead and make your business card then.
What does that even mean, CEO at heart?
I don't know. Put it on your business card. Fuck it. Put that in your Twitter bio.
Twitter bios.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
CEO at heart.
I read this book about being an entrepreneur for like film, and got a lot of good ideas. A lot of it are already like new, or had ideas of doing, like how to make money from like your short films and stuff.
Okay, do it.
Yeah.
Say it now.
Say it now.
Yeah. Tell me about this book.
It's a good book. It's just about
What's it called?
filmtreneur or something like that.
Horrible name.
That
name fucking
yeah, I don't
sucks.
think that's the name.
That name sucks.
I'm doing it a disservice. I'll tell you off here when I look it up.
Okay.
But yeah, it's about this guy that did short films, whatever. He's in the industry, and he's just giving his advice and kind of his process of how he like made money from short films and stuff like that.
Mhm.
One thing he emphasizes is that I have been saying kind of, and I think it's a great idea, is
Please don't talk about your service.
service. No. Like having an auxiliary product from your films, so something you can sell that is relevant to like the short film you made, like whatever, like a t-shirt or a hoodie or like a bundle of something, whatever that is relevant to the short film you made.
My brain just went a whole horrible place. Just continue.
No, we'll play.
Just like dildos?
Yeah, that would be great.
I don't know what my brain is so fucked.
Especially if you had a short film about like a
That's what I'm saying.
sex worker. That would be a great thing. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, he said he made like a documentary or short film about some film, like part of the film industry or process.
Uh-huh.
And from that, he did like a masterclass kind of,
Oh God, more master classes.
but it wasn't a
If I
masterclass.
see another master class, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
But it wasn't a masterclass.
Why is everything about selling, the idea of selling, like selling people on learning how to sell, on learning how to be? It's just, ugh.
It wasn't. Well, his wasn't about learning how to sell.
I know.
It was like learning how to like do something in the film, or like basically just like a masterclass lesson. Which
I'm just tired of internet hustlers trying to teach people to become internet hustlers that will then try to teach people how to be internet hustlers. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Oh my God.
I mean, a lot of things that you probably read to do research, they're doing that,
I know.
and it makes sense why they do it, and it's helpful. So
Well, it's based like a fucking Ponzi scheme of scammers at some point is what you get to.
yeah, I mean, but it's helpful. Like how else would we learn how to?
Did you know, have you ever heard of the book Think and Grow Rich?
No.
It's like kind of like the beginning of self-help.
Okay.
The dude who wrote it, if you go through his history, he's like the first fucking internet hustler person without the internet.
Mm.
Like that archetype of person.
Yeah.
He basically died broke, but he had like in his books, he basically lied about how Andrew Carnegie, who was like one of those Rockefeller types,
Mm.
basically was just like, here are my secrets. Like he basically made it like where Carnegie was giving him all of his secrets and he wrote that book. But then if you actually look it up, Carnegie wrote his own books.
Mm.
And if you compared like the differences between the two, because the
Similar.
thing, well, no, complete opposites.
Oh, okay.
Where Carnegie's books were basically similar to how, basically it's similar to how executives think. Very numbers based, very no woo woo shit at all. Basically, it's very much like
Analytical.
it's very analytical. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Extremely analytical. No woo woo, no bullshit. Just straight to the fact of like, here is the dynamics between the people running the company and the employees. The employees are trying to get as much money as possible, whereas from the employer is trying to give them as little as possible for the most output as possible. And then the struggle of business is trying to figure out the balance. Whereas then fucking the Napoleon Hill book that I'm talking about, it's basically like The Secret before The Secret. And if you know about The Secret is like, it was like early 2000s. Was that when that came out?
No idea.
It was basically a bunch of like celebrities and shit got together and promoted this book called The Secret. And it's basically just like, you just have to think about the things you want and you'll have them.
Manifest.
Yes. It was very much that. But then also he took credit for giving Woodrow Wilson, one of the presidents,
Yeah.
like all of his quotes. He just kept like saying wild shit like that.
Yeah.
And then he also had like the school that he made that turned out to be a massive scam.
Mm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
basically like the beginning of the self-help industry is one of those type of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, anytime I see anything where someone's like selling how to do something, I'm always like, why are you not doing it? Why are you taking the time to teach people? Because if you're actually doing that, you probably don't have time to teach people how to do it.
Yeah. I could see that.
And why are you creating more competition for yourself too?
I can see that. The book that I read, he actually did it, and he's just writing about how he did it.
See, I understand like teachers where it comes down, a lot of times they may have like, especially like business schools or like like different film programs, like I know with the USC, the dude who runs it, he has a book out there, but he's like a successful producer. And then
Yeah.
now he's just kind of transitioned to being a teacher
Yeah.
and running a actual education program. And he's not really doing film anymore. That's different than what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You'll
Yeah.
have those people who are like you'll see that for like filmmaking shit on Instagram all the time will be like, oh, I'll teach you how to get clients and da 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 da. And it's like, okay, why are you not just getting clients? You're not at the point of where you're transitioning away from that.
Yeah.
You're just now trying to sell a program to everyone who's struggling essentially
Yeah.
to make money.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're so good at getting clients, you should just be working with your clients. But now you're trying to do both? It sounds like you're just not having enough clients. So you're trying to make more money by teaching people how to get clients.
I can see that.
And it's like, clearly you're not doing a good enough job.
Yeah. I see that a lot with the finance industry.
Don't even get me
How
started
to
on
make
that.
how to make money off Bitcoin or money in crypto, and
I love how all these people have no background in finance, really.
yeah.
Like they don't have any certifications or qualifications whatsoever. It's like, if you're going to tell me how to use my money, get fucking certified, bro.
Yeah.
Like become an actual financial advisor
Yeah.
so you can actually legally advise me.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
So, what is this anime stuff you want to talk about?
So I guess I wanted to bring up they had the Crunchyroll Awards recently. So that's why I mentioned something about the Oscars earlier. Even though it's completely different in that, so you know how what I find interesting with say something like the Oscars or the Grammys, it seems like it's a separate entity from all the other companies, if that makes sense.
What do you mean?
So here's an example of what I mean with, so Crunchyroll has their own like anime awards or whatever, because they're not like a body that decides awards for anime, or at least not here in the States. And whereas like I think the Oscars, I think they're just like a separate entity that's just made up of people who have won awards for whatever, like in film or for Grammys music.
You think so?
Yeah, well, I'm saying I don't think they're actually owned by one conglomerate company like who's making the product.
Oh.
So like I don't think Universal owns the Grammys.
I don't know. I think it might be like different studios that behind the scenes. I don't think you're gonna.
Well, if there is, it's most likely all of the major companies have
stakes,
some stake in it.
Yeah.
It's like similar to how they all have stake in Spotify. But what I mean exactly is they're not necessarily owned by one conglomerate.
Is that how awards are? So like, I guess like the BT awards are kind of like that, owned by BT.
Yeah, I'm just talking about like your big or whatever bigger ones, like the premier ones are the Oscars, the Grammys, the Tonys, and the Emmys.
Yeah, I guess I was just asking. I guess that's like the norm to not be owned by like a big one like conglomerate. You're just separate from everything else. Is that the norm?
Yeah. So like, let me look at this. So the Oscars are owned by the Academy of Motion Pictures and Arts and Sciences. I'm trying to find out. Hold on.
So Crunchyroll owns the Anime Awards.
Well, it's their thing they put on.
It's like a BT.
Yeah, I guess. I guess it's more. Yeah, that's a good comp. Like a comp for it.
Or like the MTV Awards.
Yeah, MTV Awards, BET Awards, where it's like a company putting it on. Yeah. Well, yeah, like MTV, because for like their music awards or whatever, that's a great example.
Yeah.
Because they would license like music videos and stuff. I guess that's a good comp. What is comp actually short for? It's not compromise. Comparison? Is that what it's short for?
I guess.
I don't know. Now I kind of want to figure out who the Oscar is owned by. But going back to my point, they recently had the Crunchyroll Awards, and I wanted to talk about the nominations in the first place, but we never got around to it before then because we had other topics, and then we didn't record, and things just happen on the podcast in the first place. But they recently had their different award, like they announced their winners for all the awards. From what I understand, they have like a judging pool, but then they also have like a voting pool for like fans or whatever. And honestly, it's kind of shit.
Really?
Well, here's one. I have a conspiracy. As someone who has pretty much watched most of these that got nominated this year, literally every single one of these are ones that were licensed by Crunchyroll. There were nominations from ones that were licensed by other companies, but the only ones that won were from Crunchyroll. See?
Yeah.
And here's the thing: is like there's not really. This is kind of the only awards they have in the West. I feel like for anime, or at least it's the biggest one. And you just have bullshit like this.
So,
and also some of like some of the winners and some of the things that got nominated for different categories. It's like, why the hell?
Okay, I was going to be my next question is, do you think they deserve to win, or at least you're not mad that they won?
Okay, I'll go through the major ones, I guess, right now. So first one we'll do is Anime of the Year. The nominees were Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I think I told you to watch that. It's fucking great. Yeah. Then there's Demon Slayer, the Entertainment District arc, Attack on Titan final season part 2. Oh, Attack on Titan's killing me with all their names. Like right now, I think they're calling it final season, final part 1.
That's funny.
It's like, bro, this is a meme.
Yeah.
Then after that, Licorice Recoil, Ranking of Kings, Core 2, which I hate how they do that. So in anime, you have things that are called cores. So anime has they actually have set seasons for when things air there, like because it's based on TV airing there. So they'll have like a fall season that's this week to this week. That's considered the fall season. So will be considered a core if you have like a show that's longer than that.
Yeah.
So it's not technically a season 2, but it's like part 2 of season 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I hate how they break that up on this thing. And then after that, Spy Family. So Anime of the Year, I actually agree with the one they went with, which was Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Fucking great.
Crunchyroll.
Well, actually, never mind. That takes my conspiracy away. That was Netflix.
See, look.
Every other one, though.
Look.
Every other one,
We just had to do some research.
Well, no, I just remember. I'm like, wait, that's fucking Netflix. Yeah. But every other one is Crunchyroll.
Well, I feel like that's the biggest like award though, right?
What?
Anime of the Year?
As we go through this, you're going to be like, a lot of these are kind of fucking bullshit when it comes to like, here's this award, but then here's this thing, but worded differently. It's kind of like with Grammys where it'll be like best song and the best performance.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell does that even mean?
Yeah. Or best like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So there's a lot of ones that are kind of like, you're like, didn't we just give this award?
Yeah.
So next one is best original anime. So The reason that's a category is a lot of anime are adaptations of either manga or light novels,
Yeah.
sometimes other different things, but it's mostly either manga or light novels, which is interesting because you can tell what kind of adaptation it is just on the way they do it. A lot of times with the manga ones, you hear a lot of their thinking in fights. And the light novels, there's a lot more just dialogue, a lot more.
Yeah.
But for best original anime, I also agree with this one. The nominations are Licorice Recoil, Birdie Wing, Healer Girl, Orbital Child, Vampire the Guardian, Eerie Deco. Licorice Recoil won by a lot. That one's great. After this is where we start to get like into some of the bullshit. So next one is best anime character design. It's like, how the fuck do you even decide that?
I don't know.
But so I want to go through the nominations: Demon Slayer Entertainment District, Ranking of Kings, Spy Family, My Dress Up Darling, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean, and Cyberpunk.
Wait, is this like a specific character or just overall?
Just overall character designs.
Mm.
And the nominees is also, it's like the anime and then who the character designer is.
Okay.
But Demon Slayer won on this one. I don't think they should have won.
Okay.
There's some cool designs to it, but this is where it starts to become very popularity based.
Okay.
Because if you had to, the character design for Demon Slayer, you've watched the first season, haven't you? It's not that complex, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's very much just like Edo period, I think is when they're doing it. Or is it the period after that? I don't remember. But it's a very traditional Japanese fucking costume. I'll call it costume just because it's a series.
Yeah, it wasn't anything like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My opinion, it should have gone to Cyberpunk just because it's much more out there. And also they were kind of basically almost all the characters are original characters and it was all basically a prequel to the video game.
So are you saying like the character design was out there or just the anime style?
Well, one thing the anime style was too. But for character design, say My Dress Up Darling, I could see someone arguing that one because character design stuff is very involved in it because it's basically a romantic comedy with cosplaying.
Yeah.
So I could see that one winning possibly. But my head goes Cyberpunk, even though, or JoJo. JoJo character design is crazy. So basically, I wouldn't have Demon Slayer there. It mostly just won because it's fucking massive. That and Attack on Titan, basically just massive as hell.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the summary from the awards. So best animation. So that's just like actual technical side of things for animation.
Yeah.
We have Demon Slayer, Akibi Sailor Uniform, Attack on Titan, Final Season Part 2. I can't laugh. I can't help but laugh reading that. Cyberpunk, Ranking of Kings, and then Spy Family. Best animation went to Demon Slayer. I'll agree with that one. Animation was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So I can agree with that one. Best new anime series. We have Spy Family, Call of the Night, Cyberpunk again, Licorice Recoil, My Dressed Up Darling, Your Boy Kaming. Spy Family won on this.
Is okay. How can Cyberpunk win best anime, but then lose to best new anime?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Here we go. Now you're kind of saying what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And this is, I'm assuming you haven't watched any of these.
Demon Slayer.
Well, you've seen season 1.
Yeah, Attack on Titan. Literally the first season, maybe half the first season. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically none of these.
Cyberpunk. Have I seen Cyberpunk? I probably watched like an episode or two.
Did you actually watch it?
I don't know.
I told you to.
Yeah, I don't know. But
It's fucking great.
yeah, I get the gist.
No, you gotta watch it.
Yeah.
You'll be on your feels at the end of it.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. Just watch it.
Yeah.
Just do what I say. Just watch it.
Okay, anime feels like how you feel about
just watch it. Just watch it.
It's how you feel about superhero
Don't argue
movies.
with me. Just watch.
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying it's how I feel about.
Don't make excuses.
How you feel about superhero movies?
Just watch it.
Maybe.
I watched all of phase 1 through 4.
And I watched.
You can watch this.
I watched a lot of anime.
What? Watch fucking Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Just do
I
it.
watched a lot of anime before.
Just do it.
Okay. Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Don't ask me questions. Just do it. But yeah, there's an example of what the fuck I'm talking about. It's like, how do you win Anime of the Year, but then you lose for best new anime?
Yeah.
Because Spy Family is a massive one too. Whereas Cyberpunk kind of like had a couple weeks where people were talking about it. Because you know how just Netflix does the releases, they just drop everything at once.
Yeah.
Or they'll just drop like a part of it and then wait fucking months where no one's talking about it anymore and drop another part of it.
Yeah.
But Spy Family is very massive. And it won and it shouldn't have in this case, because how the fuck do you win Anime of the Year but not new Anime of the Year when it's a new anime?
Yeah. Guess I try to spice it up.
Yeah. And then next category is best continuing series. In this category, you got One Piece, Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2.
Yeah, I'm Attack on Titan one.
Well, no, I haven't finished yet.
Okay.
I just can't help but laugh reading that.
Oh, okay.
It's just so fucking stupid. Demon Slayer, Entertainment District Arc, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stone Ocean, Kaguya-sama, Love is War, Ultra Romantic, Made in Abyss, Season 2, The Golden Wind of the Scorching Sun. One Piece one.
Okay.
Not mad at it. One Piece is just legendary, so
Yeah.
not mad at it. I might have gone with something else, but that's more of a taste thing at that point. Can't be mad at One Piece though. Next is opening sequence. I don't give a fuck. Ending sequence. So here's an example of, so there's best opening sequence, best ending sequence, and then there's best anime song. It's like, it's all the same songs.
I could see how can you split that up? Because I guess opening sequence was just overall like.
Well, it's more song based.
Oh, okay, so there's songs.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip past those. Best anime score, Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2. Such a long ass name. It's
They should
so
just
many
named it
parts.
something.
It's so stupid. Spy Family, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, Your Boy Kambing, Made in Abyss, Demon Slayer. Attack on Titan one, not necessarily mad at it. I could have gone either Cyberpunk or, well, actually no, Made in Abyss. I think that one should have won. Fucking Made in Abyss's score is so fucking good.
It's so funny to see how passionate you are about this.
Dude, no, Made in Abyss's score is so fucking amazing. It should have won.
It's so funny seeing how like passionate you are about anime. But then when we went to the Oscars, you're like, yeah, I haven't seen it. Yeah. Okay,
well,
whatever.
Well, we're the opposites in this case because you were kind of like this for fucking the Oscars.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, fucking Made in Abyss, dude. That score is so fucking amazing. I also told you to watch Made in Abyss and you're never going to watch it.
Yeah, I don't even remember you telling me to say that.
It's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. Best anime film. So far it's been series.
Okay.
Now we're getting the film.
Okay.
We have Jujutsu Kaisen 0, Bell, Dragon Ball Superhero,
Okay.
Inu-Oh, One Piece Film Red, The Deer King. So here's one complaint I have. The One Piece movie came out end of the year last year, but they didn't count the fall season of last year for the awards. Because if that's the case, Bocchi the Rock should have won everything. Because I love that series.
Yeah.
But best film went to Jujutsu Kaisen. Not mad at it. I probably would have put Bell, but that was also like my favorite film of last year. So
yeah.
But I'm not mad at Jujutsu Kaisen 0 winning because I also enjoyed that movie. Best anime director, I'm not going to go into that. And then we have voice actors. Okay. Best action anime. We have Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, Cyberpunk, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Licorice Recoil.
Okay, let me guess.
Spy Family.
Let me guess who wins.
Guess.
Is that all of the?
Yeah.
Attack on Titan.
No.
Wait, okay, well, let me guess again. Demon Slayer.
Yeah, it won for best action.
I was going to say that first.
Not necessarily mad at it. I could have gone for that or Cyberpunk or Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan won, like, just one so far?
They won, well, for main character, they won, which I didn't go over that one. They won the best anime song, best anime opening. And then, yeah, that's what they've won so far.
I feel like out of all the anime, that's probably like the biggest.
Last year, they cleaned the fuck out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Last year, they cleaned the fuck up.
Okay.
It's just there's been a lot of bigger series this year.
Yeah.
So it kind of, yeah. it's kind of basically the Demon Slayer Awards this year. And it's like,
that.
I enjoy Demon Slayer, but I don't think it should win every fucking thing it's in just because it's the biggest series. Here's another one I disagree with. Best comedy anime. So we have Kaguya-sama, Spy Family, Kotaro Lives Alone, My Dress Up Darling, Uncle from Another World, Year Awakening. They put Spy Family winning this. Here's the thing is, Spy Family is not technically a fucking comedy series.
Interesting.
It's a slice of life show with comedy elements in it.
Okay. Is the genre comedy?
It's more slice of life.
Oh.
It'll have comedy moments in it. But then it'll also have action moments in it.
Okay, explain it in live action.
Let me explain it in music terms, I guess.
Yeah, explain it in music terms.
So let's just see as an example of hip hop drums will use like Metro Boomin drums. If you put that on a Taylor Swift song, it doesn't automatically become a hip hop song. It's a Taylor Swift pop song with hip hop drums on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that a good example?
Yeah, that's a good example. Because a lot of pop songs are like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
A lot of pop songs now, they're taking hip hop drums.
Yeah.
But they're still pop songs.
Okay.
Just with hip hop drums.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe Spy Family as very slice of life for the most part, with moments of action and then comedy in there.
Okay.
So I personally would not categorize it as a comedy. I would maybe say a slice of life comedy,
Yeah.
but most slice of life have comedy elements.
Yeah.
So it probably has a little bit more comedy than most slice of life, but I would not put it as I wouldn't put it before a comedy
Would it be like
for a comedy award.
would it be like a rom-com winning a comedy?
See, that my answer for this would be Kaguya-sama winning because it's a romantic comedy. It's fucking hilarious. That's who I would have winning.
Yeah.
And then also Uncle from Another World is hilarious too. It's kind of it's a comedy parody of isekai, but it's kind of like reverse where the uncle came back from an isekai world. Isekai is a genre where it's basically you die and then you reincarnate in another world.
Okay.
And it's usually like some fantasy world. Or you go in a coma and wake up there, and also there's like a portal version. There's like portal versions where you end up traveling to the other world and travel back. I'm not going into it.
Yeah.
But that one's hilarious, but I can't give it the award because it still hasn't finished airing because of how horribly planned it was.
Mm.
They didn't have enough staff, so they kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed.
Dang.
They still haven't aired the last episode. So I can't necessarily give them the award off that strength.
Yeah.
But it's fucking hilarious, though. But I would have gone Kaguya-sama. Love is War. That should have won comedy.
Hey, is Love War?
Sure.
Think about it.
Well, actually, season 2 is that with a question mark.
Really?
Yeah.
So what I just said.
The first season is Love is War. Second season is Love is War, question mark. And then the third season is Love is War, ultra romantic.
See, they know where I'm coming from. See, I get them. I get it.
Dude, you would love Kaguya-sama. It is literally one of the funniest fucking series I've ever watched or read.
Okay.
Like, the first time I watched season 1, I could not stop myself from just bust out laughing. So I'm like, holy fuck,
Yeah.
they did this? Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's just preposterous at times.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. All right, next category is best drama anime.
Oh, we're going through all the
Yeah,
all the
well,
categories.
I've skipped through most of the shit.
Yeah.
Or I've skipped through some of it because I didn't want to do voice actors. I'm not doing directors. Best drama anime. We have 86 Part 2. Another thing I hate with the cores. Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2. Cyberpunk. Dance Dance Danceur. Kotaro Lives Alone. Made in Abyss Season 2. What do you think won? Just based on how things are going.
Dan's no wait. Cyberpunk.
Nope, best drama anime was Attack on Titan.
Okay. I can see that.
I'm not mad at it,
Yeah.
but again, we're like, one anime of the year, and it's a drama series.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm not mad at it though, but
I can see how that can split up because Cyberpunk probably won for other elements rather than the drama part.
yeah, I can say that.
Yeah, I can say that.
Attack on Titan, I kind of compared maybe to like a Game of Thrones or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, for sure.
So it's a little bit more drama-y.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
Whereas Cyberpunk is a lot of its vibes.
Yeah.
It's very, Cyberpunk, Game of Thrones or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's a little bit more drama-y.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
Whereas Cyberpunk is a lot of its vibes.
Yeah.
It's very, Cyberpunk genre. All right. Best fantasy anime. We have Made in Abyss, Mushoku Tensei, Overlord 4, Ranking of Kings, The Case Study of Antis, and Demon Slayer again. Who do you think won for fantasy anime?
Definitely Demon Slayer. Wait, yeah, Demon Slayer.
They
Fantasy.
won, and this is another one that pisses me off.
Is it fantasy?
I don't know if I categorize it as fantasy.
I feel like all anime is fantasy.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I don't know if I count as fantasy because it's literally Taisho period. It's just with samurai swords cutting demons.
Yeah, what is fantasy?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
But I don't. From what I know of fantasy, the other shows have much more fantasy
Elements and
This is literally just Taisho period Japan with demons that show up at night and you have to kill them with special swords.
see, and that's where fantasy comes in for me. Like demons with swords.
But here's the thing: is it's not that complex. Like it's not that fantasy, if that makes sense, because it's literally historical Japan, made by a anime company and a mangaka from Japan.
Yeah,
it's kind of like you're literally just going back a few decades. This is like the 1910s.
yeah, it's definitely fantasy.
I don't know if I can. Well, here's the thing:
faculty or activity of imagining things, especially things that are impossible or improbable.
well, then every fucking anime is fantasy.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said.
So, so I'm I still. So here's why I don't know if I count it as the other series are much more fantasy.
Okay, yeah, an idea with no basis in reality, a genre of imaginative fiction involving magic and adventure, especially in a setting other than real world.
Because here's the thing: is if you want to go into like the you know how like they have the different elemental powers or whatever.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're not even real. It's just in their head.
Okay.
They're just swinging the swords.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but here's the thing: is the other nominations: Made in Abyss, Mushoku Tensei, Overlord, Ranking Kings. Any of those should be over Demon Slayer because they're all much more complex fantasy worlds. I would have gone Made in Abyss because holy fuck, Made in Abyss is great.
So is the category the most fantasy?
It's best fantasy.
Yeah. See.
But I also think fucking Made in Abyss season 2 is better. Because goddamn, Made in Abyss is. Are you familiar with the term Lovecraftian fantasy?
Okay, let me guess what it is.
I have to look up the actual definition.
Based off Lovecraft. I only say Lovecraft because the book. I don't know, or the TV show. Is it fantasy based off like books or reading or writing?
I'm looking up an actual definition for Lovecraftian, but it's basically, if I remember correctly, Lovecraftian comes from a writer back in the day. Hold on. Love.
Okay, I see. It's a subgenre of horror, or
it's like a horror fantasy thing.
Yeah, a weird fiction emphasizes the horror of the unknowable and incomprehensible more than like gore or other elements like shock or
Made in Abyss is fucking great. It's literally like they are going into the abyss, obviously.
Yeah.
And basically in Made in Abyss's world, there is a fucking hole that just goes down. They don't know how far it goes down. It just keeps going down. But the further you go down, the more hellish it gets, the more crazy, creepy the creatures and things that kill you are.
Yeah.
Also, like, once you get to below the first layer, if you go up, you get certain side effects that happen. I think it's just like headache and nausea, you'll throw up. Second layer, it's like even worse version of that. Third layer, you start bleeding from all your extremities if you get to the third layer and then go up. Fourth layer, I don't remember. I think I might have third and fourth wrong. Fifth layer, if you go up, you basically are no longer human. You turn into like this blob of flesh.
Wow.
And then if you go to the sixth and then go up, you die.
That's interesting.
So basically, once you go to a certain level, like once they go to the fifth level, and only certain people are allowed to, they have like ranks or whatever. Once you go to a certain level, it's considered your final dive because they're never going to see you again.
Wow. That sounds cool.
It's fucking amazing.
I wish
Like the whole world of it is just so complex and fascinating. And then that makes you go, why the fuck did Demon Slayer win fantasy anime? It's like, it's a samurai it's a samurai series, shonen series with fantasy elements.
It's definitely fantasy, but I do agree that the other one is definitely more fantasy, but.
And then Mushoku Tensei it's reincarnated in an actual fantasy world.
Yeah.
And then Overlord is same thing, but it's like a very complex thing going on, and the main character gets reincarnated as like the villain.
Yeah.
It's much more interesting. Bringing Kings is more of a traditional fantasy. But, you know, popularity wins in these. This is kind of like the Billboard Awards in a way.
Okay.
Where it's like, oh, the most popular thing is going to win, even if it's not the best one.
Yeah.
Or necessarily doesn't fit the category. But again, I like Demon Slayer a lot.
Yeah.
But they keep winning.
Yeah.
On things that I'm like, I don't know if you should win that. And okay, best romance anime. This one's easy because they actually got it right. Kaguya-sama. They got it right. Well, here's the thing: is the B plot love story on it is better than most stories like A plot love story. It's fucking amazing. That's all that matters. And when it's called a night, which I fucking love, Komi can't communicate. I don't really give two fucks about that.
You say homie can't communicate?
Komi.
Oh, okay. Love
After World Domination. My Dress Up Darling, Shikamori. It's not just a cutie. Kaguya-sama win. Easy. After that, it's just like some voice acting things. All right.
Nice breakdown.
Yeah.
Woo. That was our breakdown.
You have no clue what the fuck I'm talking about.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. But congratulations to the winners.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But it's just one of those things of like, when you have a fucking company that all they do is license shows and they have their own awards, it's not surprising that all of the ones except one award went to their shit they licensed.
Yeah, you kind of expect them to either go that route or just go the route of the best. Because I feel like with anime, it's not as what do you call it when like things are manipulated? It's not as
I don't know what you're trying to say.
like when like governments or big companies or
Conspiracy?
no. When they're like manipulated to do things, it's not. I forgot the word. Fuck.
I don't know.
But with anime, I feel like that industry isn't like that.
Oh, it is.
Okay. I guess I just not in that world. To me, it feels more authentic. It feels more like the best of anime should win. You know, it's not like they win because.
I mean, there's still because depends where you get licensed and how it gets treated. Like JoJo Bizarre Adventure has been fucked for part 6 because of how Netflix they got the license to it and they've kind of fucked up all hype for it with the way they've handled it.
Yeah.
So where it ends up kind of gets fucked. There's a great show from last year that didn't get any nominations that might be one of the best shows from last year. It's called Summertime Rendering. It got licensed by Disney Plus and got stuck in licensing hell for about 8 months.
Damn.
Like after it finished airing, 8 months later, it got put on Hulu. So it finished airing in the summer of last year and it finally is available like now.
Yeah. Well.
So if you wanted to watch it, you had to watch it illegally.
Yeah.
Because
maybe they'll get nominated next year.
They would have been this year's.
Oh, okay.
The only ones from this year that didn't get nominated were the last season, fall. And that's going to be like Chainsaw Man, Bocchi the Rock, Bleach. But yeah.
Interesting segment, man.
Yeah. I don't ever get to talk about anime because you don't fucking watch any of it.
Yeah, I see how excited you were.
I know. It's like finally I can talk about something I want to talk about.
Yeah, you were oozing with excitement.
Instead, I'm trying to think about your feelings this entire time about things you want to actually talk about.
We definitely talk about anime.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
I could go through all these fucking ones we've edited once you've actually uploaded it to YouTube. And I could probably count 2 times maybe. In the new fucking recordings.
Okay, maybe.
In the old recordings, we did some.
Yeah.
Because I would try to fucking force it out of you.
Hey, you can break it up. I'm down to listen. This is your time to shine.
I try to be a team player.
Hey,
I'm too busy cutting you off and things you want to talk about things you want to talk about.
I'll be a team player.
Little low when I things that I want to talk about.
I'll be a team player, man. I'll let you look what I just did. A team player. I'll let you go and I'll let you go through the
I'm just glad I didn't make a fool of myself.
Yeah, you did good. Good job.
Yeah, I didn't fuck up that many pronunciations.
And you gave your opinions on who should have won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to give your opinion, please like this episode. Give us 5 stars on whatever platform you're listening, whether it's Spotify, iTunes podcast, I think we're on Google, maybe. I don't remember.
Just all that. All that.
What's the Stitcher? Is that the Sirius XM one?
I think so.
Give us 5 stars or whatever the reviews are on there. The best one. We're very sensitive.
Yeah. So
Care about our feelings,
yes,
please.
Please.
If you're watching on YouTube, if you like seeing our faces,
Which I
don't know why, but just like it. Subscribe. We have a clips channel. I don't know if you've made a single clip yet.
yeah, I got a lot of things
we'll have
to do.
clips at some point on a clip channel.